Good afternoon, everyone. I'd like to call the meeting of the Executive Committee, Plain County Board, this Tuesday, December 8th, 2020 to order. I've looked at the screen, I've taken roll. We have one member who's called in absent. Member went, so we have 8 members present and 1 absent. We do have a quorum. Do we have any members of the public that are scheduled to appear or letters to be read?
We do not, Chairman.
Thank you. We'll go on to item 4, Executive Committee report. I don't have it. Member Schaefer.
We have minutes. I think you skipped that.
All right, I do that again. Do you have the minutes before you? October 20th, 2020, our special meeting, and then our November 10th regular meeting. Is there a motion to approve the minutes? Motion by member Schaefer, second by member Woolrab. Any comments or questions, additions or corrections to the minutes? If none, we'll consider them approved. And we'll move on. We'll have to take a roll call for that.
Yes.
I think so, yeah.
Ms. Morlock, please call the roll to approve the minutes.
Thank you, sir. Member Soldner.
Here.
Member Erickson.
Here.
Member Schaefer.
Yes.
Member Woolrab.
Yes.
Member Metzger.
Yes.
Member Barnett.
Here and yes.
Thank you.
Member Martin.
I'm here.
Chairman McIntyre.
Yes. And here.
I show that member 1 is absent, so thank you.
I also vote yes.
Thank you.
I vote yes as well. I don't know what that was.
Motion is carried. I didn't deem it necessary to call the roll when we can see everyone on the screen. I know I stand corrected. If I'll consult with the state's attorney's office again on this matter for this kind of a meeting. I've seen it done both ways in our previous committee meetings within the last month or two. Let's go on to the Executive Committee report now. I don't have any appointments to be approved. I do have 3 appointments, item B on our agenda. Is there a motion to approve the reappointment? Motion by member Barnett. Is there a second? Second by member Metzger. Any comments, questions, or discussion about our appointments? I will tell you that we are continuing to try to find people for all of our 304 positions, all the boards, drainage districts, and different types of boards. We're doing pretty well, trying to keep up. Always encourage people that you might know that might be interested in public service and serving and helping us, and we'll try to make sure I try to go out and find people as soon as we're notified. Mrs. Morlock does a great job of keeping track for us and identifying anyone who's up for reappointment at the end of their term. So appreciate any input you can always give to me so that we can keep up with all of our boards and district boards, et cetera. Is there any other comment? If not, we'll take a roll call vote.
Member Soldner.
Yes.
Member Erickson.
Yes.
Member Schaefer.
Yes.
Member Woolrab.
Yes.
Member Metzger.
Yes.
Member Barnett.
Yes.
Member Martin.
Yes.
Chairman McIntyre.
Yes, the motion is carried. Moving on, items to present for information by Executive Committee. I want to call your attention to our Behavioral Health Coordinating Council report on pages 6 through 16. We do have Ms. Malott with us here today. And would you like to say a few words?
I would simply remind everyone that we have started our virtual forum series So while there is a lot of really great and useful information in the report that's in your packet, I think the piece that I would really want to highlight the most is that our forum is completely virtual and ongoing through, at present time, May. And we have several sessions per month scheduled, all which can be found on the county website. More easily found if you go and do a department search and find behavioral health, there's an events page, and we've posted everything there. All sessions are available for people to attend live, so they can ask questions as they have them. But then they're all also recorded and uploaded to a BHCC YouTube channel after the fact. And we chose to do that in consultation with IT so that they didn't get embedded with all of the county board and committee meetings on the county's YouTube channel, so that they're easier to find for the public. But we have a number of topics. Our first one went really very well. And I say that even from a non-technology person perspective. So not being a very tech savvy person, it went pretty well. Our presenter was great. We had a lot of really positive feedback, and we had more people able to attend that live than we would have been able to accommodate in a breakout session in person. So there's also a benefit to it being virtual. So
Thank you. That's good to know. We'll try to encourage everyone to participate, catch some of the sessions as best we can. I see some of them you can participate live in, and you've had pretty good response for that.
yes, yes. So every session is being offered live, and attendees register for the event as they would for a webinar that may be put on by another organization. We're using GoToWebinar as our webinar platform, and up to 500 people can attend at a time. It also tracks all of that information for us, so we can have that contact information for future sessions or for future live forum events that we may be able to have in future years. And individuals can ask questions throughout the webinar, but it has gone well so far.
Thank you very much. Appreciate that. There are some benefits that you found then from having this in virtual, especially being able to access recordings in the future. And that's very good. Also, one other note, our Behavioral Health Coordinating Council meeting is scheduled for 7:30 a.m. Friday morning, this Friday morning, and you can also watch that on YouTube as well. Thank you. Let's go on to the report of the Health Committee. Chair Member Schaefer.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. The Health Committee has no items for action today, but we will have something for the board. And I would like to make a comment about that forum, the first forum session. It was very good. And with the forum, there's a really wide range of topics to appeal to a lot of different populations and demographics. So I really would encourage everyone to share that information if you're on Facebook, that it would be very helpful to get the word out on that.
Thank you very much. I noticed on item 2 to present to the board, McLean County Nursing Home private pay rate is on there. I also noticed something I just want to call attention executive committees members about. Some of at least one media outlet is reporting some of the deaths in McLean County as a result of COVID, and a lot of times it is coming out McLean County nursing home deaths, and so that really needs to be clarified. I'm hoping I can contact that media source and say if we'd appreciate if they'd clarify that it's not all of our nursing home where there have been deaths, and that's not the case at all. What they really mean are long-term care facilities. And I just want to clarify that, and I will try to follow up with that as well. Next
that
is
correct.
report. Thank you.
I appreciate that.
Thank you. Let's go on to the report of the Transportation Committee. Chairman Solner.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. First, I want to mention the reason I appeared to be distracted. I understand Mr. Went is not here, and I guess as Vice Chairman of Land Use, I will have to deal with that. And so I glanced at my agenda to see if there was anything to deal with. So, anyhow, okay, transportation doesn't have anything to offer tonight for an item of action. Again, I wanted to just mention I looked at the capital plan for 2021 since I am chairman of finance or of transportation now. It looks like we're going to spend almost $12 million on road construction or reconstruction maintenance. That's 28.6 miles of road, 2 bridges, and half a mile of in-town work in the town of Carlock. So it looks like we got a lot going on this next year. So anyhow, again, transportation has no action items. I'd be glad to answer any questions.
Thank you, sir. We're very proud of our county roads and our county highways and what our department has been able to achieve over the years. And they're in good condition. They've been able to find ways to manage even when there have been cut back in funding. Let's go on to the Justice Committee report. Chairman Erickson.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. The Justice Committee has one item to be presented for action. Item D1A, request approval of an amendment to the contract with ISU Stevenson Center for Data Research Services, Criminal Justice Coordinating Council, and I so move.
A motion by Chairman Erickson. Is there a second? Second by Member Martin. Comments or questions? If there are none, we'll have a roll call vote.
Member Soldner,
Yes.
Member Erickson,
Yes.
Member Schaefer,
Yes.
Member Woolrab,
Yes.
Member Metzger,
Yes.
Member Barnett,
Yes.
Member Martin,
Yes.
Chairman McIntyre.
Yes, we have 8 yes votes, 0 no votes. Motion has carried.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. The Justice Committee has several items to be presented to the board. I think that's all I say, so thank you.
Thank you. I want to thank the chairman of the committees that have been switching gears over the years. Member Soldner, you've done a lot of different duties for this board. Appreciate that very much. And same way with you, Member Erickson. Let's go on to the Finance Committee Chair, Member Metzger.
All right, can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay, I'm having connection problems, so I apologize. Finance Committee has one item, E1A, and it's the approval of the County of McLean ordinance approving the tech correction to the Bloomington Normal Enterprise Zone 3 for the Fiero expansion. And this is found on page 2. And basically, there was an error in boundaries that needed to be corrected, and we're one of the last groups to do that. So I move that we approve the technical correction.
There's a motion by Member Metzger to approve the technical corrections to the enterprise zone, second by Member Woolrab. Comments or questions? None, we'll have a roll call vote.
Member Soldner,
Yes.
Member Erickson,
Yes.
Member Schaefer,
Yes.
Member Woolrab,
Yes.
Member Metzger,
Yes.
Member Barnett,
Yes.
Member Martin,
Yes.
Chairman McIntyre.
Yes. Motion passes 8-0. Back to you, Member Metzger.
Thank you, Chairman McIntyre. We will have one item to be presented to the board, and that will be all for today. Thank you.
Thank you. We'll move on to the Land Use and Development Committee report. Vice Chairman Soldner.
Thank you. Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Land Use and Development has no items for action, and it appears there's none to present to the board. I would be glad to try and answer any questions you may have. Thank you.
Thank you. I'll move on to the Property Committee Chairman, Member Barnett.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Property Committee brings forward 3 items for action to Executive Committee this evening. First off is item G1A, request approval of an emergency appropriation ordinance amending the McLean County fiscal year 2020 combined annual appropriation and budget ordinance for facilities maintenance department FF&E on pages 30 through 32 of the packet, and I would move that.
Motion by Chairman Barnett, and is there a second? Second by Member Schaefer. Comments or questions? Discussion? If none, we'll have a roll call vote.
Member Solner,
Yes.
Member Erickson,
Yes.
Member Schaefer,
Yes.
Member Woolrad,
Yes.
Member Metzger,
Yes.
Member Barnett,
Yes.
Member Martin,
Yes.
Chairman McIntyre.
Yes, we have 8 yes votes, 0 no votes, and the motion is passed. You have the floor.
Thank you, sir. Next, if there are no objections from the committee, I would move item G, 1B, and C together. This is request of approval of amendment to amended and restated lease between the County of McLean and the Public Building Commission. And item C is request approval of amendment to contract for operation and maintenance between the County of McLean and the Public Building Commission. This is our renewal of our standard agreement with the Public Building Commission for all of our buildings. And I would move those two together.
Combining items B and C, is there any objection? Hearing none, Member Barnett has moved. Is there a second? Second by Member Metzger. Comments or questions or discussion? Seeing none, we'll have a roll call vote.
Member Solner,
Yes.
Member Erickson,
Yes.
Member Schaefer,
Yes.
Member Woolrad,
Yes.
Member Metzger, Member Metzger.
Yes. Can you
Okay,
hear
thank
me?
you. Yes, I can hear you now. Thank you. Member Barnett.
Sorry.
Yes.
Member Martin,
Yes.
Chairman McIntyre.
Yes, we have 8 yes votes, 0 no votes, and the motion passed. Member Barnett, do you have other things tonight?
Yeah, just to mention, we have 3 items that we'll bring before the full board next week, and that concludes Property Committee for this evening, unless anyone has questions.
Thank you very much. We'll go on to the report of the county administrator, Ms. Rodriguez.
Thank you, Chairman. Hello, membership. I do have 2 items to present for action this evening, Chairman. I'll start with item H1A, request approval of a resolution of the McLean County Board continuing the declaration of a disaster pursuant to Section 11 of the Illinois Emergency Management Agency Act, pages 45 and 46 of your packet.
Is there a motion? Motion by Member Schaefer. Is there a second? Second by Member Martin. This is to extend our IEMA Emergency Management Act for another month, as we are required to do. Any comments or questions? If none, we'll have a roll call vote.
Member Solner,
Yes.
Member Erickson,
Yes.
Member Schaefer,
Yes.
Member Woolrad,
Yes.
Member Metzger,
Yes.
Member Barnett,
Yes.
Member Martin,
Yes.
Chairman McIntyre.
Yes. We have 8 yes votes, 0 no votes. Motion is passed.
Thank you.
Ma'am?
Thank you, Chairman. I will move on then. Thank you to item H1B. Request approval of a resolution establishing county board meeting dates for calendar year 2021. It was distributed to you by Ms. Morlock via email today. Be happy to answer any questions after the motions.
Is there a motion to approve? Do you all have that in front of you? Motion by Member Barnett. Is there a second? Second by Member Solner. Any comments or questions? Member Metzger? I don't think she can hear me.
No, I think
No.
she's good.
Okay. Anyone else have any comments or questions? Good, then we'll have a roll call vote to accept our yearly calendar.
Member Soldner,
Yes?
Member Erickson,
Yes.
Member Schaefer,
Yes.
Member Woolrab,
Yes.
Member Metzger,
Yes.
Member Barnett,
Yes.
Member Martin,
Yes.
Chairman McIntyre.
Yes, we have 8 yes votes, 0 no votes, and the motion's passed.
Thank you, Chairman. Thank you. The only other, we don't have any other items to present, but I do have our report under 3A on recent employment activities on page 47 of your packet.
Okay, thank you very much. We'll move on to item 5, other business communication. Is there any comments tonight at this time or any other business? If not, I have bills to pay in the amount of, I have 2 different sets of bills, our general fund shared sales tax from the municipalities and Veterans Assistance Commission, in the amount of $159,828.61. And we also have the regional planning budget bill of $2,542.59. Is there a motion to approve the bills? Motion by member Metzger. Is there a second? Second by member Soldner. Any comments or questions, additions, or corrections to our bills? If not, we'll have a roll call vote.
Member Soldner,
Yes?
Member Erickson,
Yes.
Member Schaefer,
Yes.
Member Woolrab,
Yes.
Member Metzger,
Yes.
Member Barnett,
Yes.
Member Martin,
Yes.
Chairman McIntyre.
Yes. So we have 8 yes votes, 0 no votes, and the motion to pay the bills is passed. I have no other items. I want to remind everyone that our regular meeting for the full county board will be as usual this following Tuesday, and then we'll go into our new schedule in January. Is there any other comments at this time? Member Martin.
I just wanted to check. November 11th kind of struck I just looked at the calendar. That's Veterans Day. Are the county offices closed on that day?
I think it was at this point in time, you were still going to figure what to do with that.
Yes, at this time, thank you, Chairman, if I may, Member Martin and the rest of Executive Committee membership, it was at the advice of our attorneys that we keep that on there at this time and then regroup with you after the new year starts to perhaps find an alternative date for that particular board meeting because the county offices are closed on Veterans Day.
Just checking. All right, thanks.
Thank you.
Okay, anyone else? Let's try to stay safe and we'll be seeing you next week. Don't forget about the forum and BHCC is Friday morning at 7:30 and this meeting is adjourned. Thank you all for your participation.